Now you can respond. I think you are unmuted only, people who are
Sir.
participating. And let me know if any other topics also are difficult. All the students, you can note down on paper which topics you need, which is difficult for you. Okay, those topics also we'll discuss. For example, tomorrow we are going to be discuss some basic concepts. Suppose if some basic concepts means find first what the subtopics you feel difficult. I think so. Most of the people, only few topics is difficult for you. That few topics you can note down 1, 2, 3, all these things. Then if possible, which is you done previous notebooks or wherever you are studying. Okay, done that is. Then you can discuss all this which particular topic you have more difficult. Anyway, I will teach all the things, no doubt. But already you know the topic. Again, we are teaching means time waste for you. Okay, if possible, note down all the subtopics. Then which is difficult for you means you can keep star mark. Then you can ask those are again second time also. And we can do more sums based on our topics. Theory already we read number of times. Okay, if otherwise you are revising again your class notes or which is the given formulas, more than enough. But how to apply that theory to our numericals? That is the main problem. Clear? Hello? I think so. Are you able to understand what I am telling? Okay. So try to understand, note down all the theory. That means which is the concepts you need. We'll discuss that is next class. Suppose next class onwards you'll start 11th standard syllabus one by one. First you can start some basic concepts and followed by redox reactions. After this we can do chemical, okay, and ionic equilibrium also, as well as thermodynamics and thermochemistry, gas state if you need that is. And we will discuss again chemical bonding, one more important. Okay. So all these chapters we'll discuss one by one. If you have doubts, you can ask in between also. But today I'm going to be continued because last class I started solutions. We'll see that solutions. Second part is a little bit more important. That is one of factor related things. We'll try some question to the 19 and 20 if possible previous also. Fine. I think so. Last class we discussed. I think so. All four polygative properties. One I discussed that is relative lowering vapor pressure. And next second one, I think this formula already you know. P naught minus Ps by P naught equal to XB. I hope we discussed. And delta TB equal to KB into M. M is the molality. And third one, delta TF, depression freezing point, KF into M. I hope in place of molality, already you know molality formula, you can substitute. Up to this, I think yesterday we discussed. Anyone present yesterday? People here now? Hello. Hello. We done up to this. Now next one.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll discuss all interrelations of these four also. One more is fourth one is osmotic pressure. So this little bit important. We'll discuss this is osmotic pressure pi. Pi equal to, I hope you know that one. C is the concentration, R T. So now what is the osmosis osmotic pressure? Mostly you know, but again we can see. Okay. What is the osmosis we're expecting? If any liquid is there, especially solvent, I think so. Assume that one we are keeping. I think so, your NCRT book also they give this diagram, same thing. They're keeping here. This is the water, pure solvent. I think so. This is, you can assume, SPM, semi-permeable membrane. Then this is solution, which is inside. This is solution. So we are keeping this is, then solvent can move or not inside. Assume this concentration is pure water, pure solvent. And this solution is, assume 0.1 m. NaCl you can take, doesn't matter. So osmosis meaning solvent molecules can move, okay, from higher concentration to low concentration. I'm telling with respect to concentration of solvent. Here solvent is higher concentration, pure water. Here solvent is less because this is solution is there. So solvent can move through semi-permeable membrane, and height of the this will be increases. Clear? This process we call osmosis. So, but what is this? SPM, semi-permeable membrane. Keep in mind. Okay. Now we can see I am taking here two compartments. What the osmosis means? Solvent molecules can move from high concentration to low concentration with respect to solvent concentration, not solute concentration. Here I am taking SPM, semi-permeable membrane. This is 0.1 m. You can take KCl. This is 0.2 m KCl. So solvent can move from which direction? Left to right or right to left? You can find that is left to right or right to left. Mostly we know that one, high concentration to low concentration. I'm telling two definitions. Two should be clear, you people. Okay, don't keep only one because question they can ask anything. Here solvent is more, solute is less. This is 0.1 concentration. Is that correct? This is 0.1 concentration means solvent is more here because less concentration of solute. Here more concentration means solvent is more. Wait. Solute is more, not solvent. Point one concentration means here solvent is more amount. Here 0.2 means solvent is less amount. So now we can say which direction they can move. Assume that one, this is compartment A and compartment B. Clear? Now A to B it can move. A to B it will move solvent. Because here more the solvent, there is a reason you can that can move towards less solvent. Don't think about concentration here. You can think about in terms of solvent osmosis, because previous cases and everything you discussed only in terms of solute concentration. Otherwise you can think less concentration of solute to high concentration of solute, solvent can move. Opposite you have to see here. Otherwise if you want to tell only in terms of high concentration, then think about solvent is high concentration. So this is the you can find. So solvent molecules can move from A to B. Now my question is one more question. I need answers from you people. Note down this point, and the same example also you can note down. I need answers from you. And this is semi-permeable membrane. SPM. Now I am taking here NaI. Here AgNO3. If they are taking reaction takes place, for example, AgNO3 plus NaI, reaction occurs, we will get AgI LOPPT plus NaNO3. This is the product. I am taking here 0.5 m and this is 0.2 m. In which compartment? This is assume that one A and B. In which compartment will you get precipitate? Yellow precipitate. This is yellow color. I have to get. In which compartment? A or B? You can send your answers through SMS or you can speak, maybe whatever. So mostly you can find answer which compartment. This is 0.5 and 0.2. So I'm expecting your answers is compartment B or A. Maybe anyone your answer mostly, but answer is no precipitate. No precipitate. Okay. If you have any doubt, you can ask. You can ask our host. He can unmute you. Then you can ask doubt if you want. So no precipitate takes place any compartment. Any doubt here? I think so. You don't have any doubt, huh? No PPT because here only solvent can move from here to here. Only solvent, not solute. Only solvent can move. So water only can move from here to here. H2O. Any Ag plus or I minus, they never combine each other because SPM role is they allow only any solute particles. Karthik sir? Hello? Karthik is there?
Hello, sir.
You can see if they have doubts, they can send SMS, then unmute them. Okay, otherwise, okay, ask them that doubt. Ask them that is. If you people they have any doubt, then send Karthik sir SMS, then unmute them.
Okay, sir.
But ask doubts all the students. Okay, they are not asking me again. This is like movie only. One direction only. I am teaching, then you are listening. Nothing is going to be happen. So try to ask doubts. So I think she got this answer. There is no precipitate any white PPT. Whenever AgNO3 and NI they are combining, you will get AgI precipitate. But in this process, no precipitate because only solvent can move. They never move solute or solvent. This is more important concept theoretically. You may can expect questions. Already previous also they given mains in advance. So try to understand and note down all these things. There is no PPT. Reason solvent can move but not solute. There is no solute. They are not moving. That's why they never combine. They can't form precipitate. Then you can see next reverse asthma for the asthmatic pressure. Next point.
Hey, Katara.
So what is the asthmatic pressure next? Simple. This is pi symbol. You can keep asthmatic pressure. So here solvent molecules is there. You can keep this is solvent and this is solute. solution. So obviously solvent can move towards solution. This is the process. But to stop this osmosis, this process is osmosis. To stop this osmosis, if you are applying any pressure on the liquid, any pressure, assume this is piston, something, okay? Any pressure we are applying to stop this osmosis, just stopping osmosis, that pressure we called osmotic pressure, okay? The pressure required to stop osmosis, that's we call osmotic pressure. I think so. Reverse osmosis also, you know that one. If both side pressure is equal, then there is no flow of solvent. By increasing more pressure on this side, even solvent can move from solution to solvent. Solution to solvent, it can move. That's we called reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis. So I hope you know that one. Our water bottles also we can see that one. Most of the which you are buying outside water bottles, they make kept that is this is purified by reverse osmosis. Means reverse osmosis means solution to solvent you are preparing. That's we call reverse osmosis. General osmosis means solvent can move pure to solution direction, but you are getting solvent from solution to solvent. So this is reverse, we call reverse osmosis. That meaning you can find. I hope osmotic pressure, we have some laws. Osmotic pressure is directly proportional to concentration and directly proportional to temperature and inversely proportional to volume, which you have directly proportional to temperature, that is Gay-Lussac's law, they are called. That's already one of Gay-Lussac's law, and directly proportional to concentration, that's we make and say one of Boyle's law. And finally, this is concentration. We can find out how we are getting concentration supposed to be pi directly proportional to number of moles. Okay, n by v we can take. This is pi inversely proportional to v from this. This is the want of Boyle's law, want of Gay-Lussac's law. We can take. Then pi directly proportional to concentration C and temperature. We can remove here proportionality. We make and get here some constant that is R. R fine, R term even our NCERT book also you are using. You can keep R, but keep in mind you can't use all R values here. That's very important. R values you have R equal to, what is R equal to? Even 0.0821 liter ATM Kelvin inverse mole inverse. Even R equal to 8.314. Even R equal to 2 calories approximately. So we have too many, means all this based on units R value, but keep in mind you need to use only one, that is this is R value 0.0821. You should not use these two. This is for gases, not liquids. We are taking here pi osmotic pressure ATM mostly, and liters, volume should be in liters we are taking, because concentration it should be take moles per liter. So in liter atmosphere we have R value only. This is the thing. Even you know how to solve problem, but R value which you have to take, then you are getting confusion. That is no meaning. That is, you know, even formula also, that's meaningless. So keep in mind pi equal to CRT, but R equal to only 0.0821. Clear? I think so. You understood? Note down that point clearly. R value which you have to use. Then finally, what we got? Osmotic pressure equal to CRT. This we are getting. We have, I think we've seen or not, I don't know, 2019 papers or 20 also. We can see that you already have that papers. Every paper they give one question. 2019. Every paper they have one question. Every paper, doesn't matter that is. Even one paper I seen 2 questions. One paper. We'll discuss those questions also maximum now. And this is the pi. Then one more important, I think so all 4 we covered. Purgative properties. And very important one is all these are ideal cases. Ideal case meaning I am taking here NaCl. I am dissolving NaCl. Okay, this is NaCl solution. We are assuming that one NaCl not dissociating like Na plus Cl minus. In that cases only you can apply these formulas all, which is again even delta Tf equal to, okay, K into Kf into M. All these things we can use only in this case when they are not dissociating. If I am taking CaCl2, Ca2 plus 2Cl minus, we are assuming these are not dissociated, like CaCl2 means CaCl2 only, like that. In that situation you can apply all these formulas. But whenever they are dissociated or associated, which is I am calculating value is not matching experimental value. Whenever you are getting number of particles, I hope you know that one colligative properties is that depends upon number of particles. If number of particles is changing, particles, then colligative property which is pi also going to be changed. Delta Tf also will be changed. Even delta Tb also will be changed. So I need some correction. So that is which is in terms of particles I need to introduce your formula. That is a correction. Understood? Why have to do one-half factor here? Because we are assuming ideal cases, they won't be react, they won't be dissociate, like that you are assuming that one. But here they are dissociating, so number of particles will be changed, then osmotic colligative properties also going to be changed. Understood? Now we need some correction, that is the one-half correction. So according to one-half correction, that is one-half factor I, which is that correction factor. I hope you know one-half factor. When you have to introduce this is whenever solute undergo dissociation or association, then only we need to use this one. Now we know that formula, I think so. Everyone you know already board exam you prepared. Observed colligative property by normal colligative property. Okay. Observed colligative property by normal colligative property. Observed colligative property by normal colligative property. Suppose you are not understanding my handwriting, whenever I am dictating, try to note down that is. Otherwise, try to recollect. This is I equal to. So observed colligative property by normal colligative property. And we have two cases here. For I value, two cases. When I am dissolving particular solute here, the solute may undergo association or dissociation. Two chances we have that one. Okay. And maybe they may not be undergo association or dissociation also. If they are not undergoing association dissociation, that is our original cases, nothing is a problem. If that may undergo dissociation is one chance is there. And other one is association. Two chances we have that one. How these two chances going to be affect? According to these two chances, we can calculate I value. If dissociation occurs, what happened? One-half factor. And what happened? Colligative property that increases or decreases. If association occurs, what happened? Colligative properties that may decreases or increases. That two cases I'm going to be calculate. First one I'm taking here. One-half factor for dissociation cases. Dissociation. Dissociation. So if you want, you can note down that deciding relation between degree of dissociation and one-half factor. Relation between degree of dissociation and one-half factor. For dissociation, I value always greater than 1, that is fixed. Okay, I value is greater than 1, and siding is relationship between degree of dissociation alpha and one-half factor. Now I am discussing relationship between degree of dissociation and one-half factor. I hope degree of dissociation, you know formula. Number of moles dissociated by whatever number of particles dissociated by initial number of moles. That is the alpha. Now I will give derivation also. Otherwise, you can write direct formula also. If already you know that one, you can try. You need derivation. That is also we'll discuss here. For example, initially, which is a substance A, we are dissolving in the water that may dissociate n number of particles. N number, that you can take too many particles. N number of particles. Initially, I am assuming 1 mole present because alpha I can calculate for 1 mole. That's why. Whatever I am taking initially some 1 mole. Now 0, 0, 1 minus alpha, 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 n total equal to 1 minus alpha plus alpha plus alpha. I hope minus alpha plus alpha will be cancelled. Finally, what will get here? What is the remaining? N total equal to 1 plus alpha. No, I think so not 1 plus alpha. Wait, fine. This is and so on. N alpha will get. Fine. Sorry, small mistake. This is I can write n times. I can write finally here n total equal to 1 minus alpha plus n alpha I can write. I think so, simple mathematics. This is n times. I can write directly finally n alpha. 1 minus alpha is the, this is, and this is n time n alpha I can write. So total number of moles is 1 minus alpha plus n alpha. So n total equal to 1 plus I'm going to write here. You can take A gives rise, B plus C, and so on. 1, 0, 0, 1 minus alpha, 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 up to n times. So I can write here n total equal to 1 minus alpha plus n alpha. So I equal to formula, we know that one, 1/2 factor, not only colligative properties. Number of particles after dissociation or association by number of particles before dissociation or association. Can you note down this point? Even NCERT book they given. From that time taking this is number of particles dissociate or dissociation or association by number of particles, sorry, by number of particles before dissociation or association. Before dissociation or association. I think you can note down this is clearly number of particles dissociation or association by, this is after, this is after dissociation, after dissociation or association by before dissociation. So I equal to number of particles after dissociation. How much n value here? 1 minus alpha plus n alpha by, what is the initial number of moles before dissociation? 1. Can you calculate? I need here, I think so alpha value you can get I value here. I equal to finally 1 minus alpha plus n alpha. You can keep, we need mostly 1/2 factor they're asking. 1/2 factor you can note down. This is the formula. I'm expecting here alpha value also. Alpha value. What's the alpha from this formula? You can rearrange. I can get alpha value in terms of I. So I minus 1 by n minus 1. Will you get or not? You can check this further. This is the alpha equal to. So I equal to alpha equal to, you got both cases. Alpha is the degree of dissociation. N is the n times dissociation. N times dissociation. N is only product number of molecules. N time dissociation. So if you have 4 molecules, you are getting n equal to product 4n value. We'll discuss with examples also. Don't worry. If already you know, let me know. We can go a little bit fast. Otherwise, we'll go slow. Fine. This is. Can you go next slide? Next for association, you can write a little bit fast. Association. Association. Suppose I am taking here n molecules of A that associated that form only 1 molecules. Then assume that one initially before dissociation 1, 0, and after association, this is before association. After association, I can take 1 minus alpha, alpha by n. So many particles they are combined by n molecules. They are not dissociated. We are not multiplying into n. They are combining. 5 molecules become 1 molecule, like that. That this is association. Then again, I equal to. You can write total first. N total, how much you are getting? N total equal to 1 minus alpha plus alpha by n. This is the total number of particles after association. After association, total number of molecules. Alpha equal to formula already know. Total number of particles after association or dissociation by initial number of particles. This is after association particles plus alpha by n by initially 1. Clear? So now I got here I value as well as alpha. Again, n equal to their whatever their number of molecule participating. So I equal to finally 1 minus alpha plus alpha by n. You make and take common alpha here. You can get still shortcut. Alpha equal to, if you calculate, you will get alpha equal to 1 minus I by 1 minus 1 by n. Note down these two formulas. If you remember, you can get direct answers. Otherwise, you can derive these things. Up to you. Here, for example, dimer. Dimer means n equal to how much here? 2. Trimer. Mer means unit. Okay, di means 2. Trimer. Tri means 3. Trimer means n equal to 3. Tetramer. Examination they will give terminology these are. Tetramer. So n equal to 4. N equal to 4. So now I'm asking few questions for association. You can write under note association I value is always less than 1. For association I value is always less than 1. For dissociation I value is more than 1. Can I go next slide? I can see here. And one more point here you can note down. For glucose, sucrose, urea, all these are non-electrolytes. Non-electrolyte. What is the meaning of non-electrolyte? Electrolyte. These are not going to be dissociate anything. They won't be dissociate. So you can take directly here I equal to 1 for all these things. These are non-electrolytes. Whenever they mention glucose, sucrose, urea, you can take all these are non-electrolytes. Clear? Can you find, for example, K2SO4 I given? For this one, if I given here alpha equal to 750%, what is the I value for this one? What is the I value? If alpha equal to 50%, what is the I value? That's we need to calculate. Anyone can you try? Fine. First we have to write equation. How many ions will get here? 2K plus SO4 2 minus. Total number of ions how many here? 2 potassium 1 sulfate. N equal to 3. N equal to 3. Then substitute, this is dissociation. Salt means anyway this is dissociation. Dissociation means I equal to, we know one formula, 1 minus alpha plus, sorry, n alpha we given, I think so, 1 minus alpha plus n alpha. Is it correct? I think so, this is we given. Can you take here alpha is common? What will get here? 1 plus n minus alpha, n minus 1 into alpha shall I get here? I equal to, we can use this formula every time, easy to do that one. Now substitute here I equal to 1 plus n minus 1, n equal to 3 here, minus 1 means 2 into, what is the alpha value here? 0.5, 50% means 0.5. How much will get here? I equal to, I think so, 2. This is the 2. I equal to 2. Can you try for one more question? Suppose alpha value is 1, then you can find out how much whatever number of particles equal to I value. I'm giving one more question. Calculate the, if alpha equal to 1, 100% dissociation, or alpha equal to 100%. Calculate the I value for K4FeCN6. Calculate the I value. I equal to how much? So whatever, if alpha equal to I equal to, you know that formula, 1 plus n minus 1 into alpha. I think so finally I equal to n only will get. Nothing but how many particles we can get here? Total 5 particles. So that is 4K plus 1 FeCN6. Four minus. So total 4 plus 1, total 5. So 5 is. Anyway, this is the Vanta factor calculation. Then finally we can do by adding our Vanta factor, we are going to write colligative properties. First one, relative lowering vapor pressure, RLVP. P0 minus PS by P0 equal to I into XB. I is the factor. So when you are doing, first you have to keep these the only final formulas. Forgot about remaining formulas what we given previously. You have to remember only with Vanta factor formula. Delta TB equal to I into KB into M. Next, delta TF equal to I into KF into M. Then last one, fourth one as colligative property, phi equal to I into CRT. So you need to remember finally only these are the formulas. Forgot about without I formula, don't remember. Remember only these 4 with Vanta factor. With Vanta factor. I hope these are the 4 colligative properties with Vanta factor. Which is the given Association dissociation is generally benzoic acid and acetic acids. These are they will give, or formic acid. Mostly these three acids they are giving: benzoic acid, acetic acid, formic acid. These undergo dimerization in non-polar solvents, which is benzene, CCl4 like that. So mostly dimerization means N equal to 2. That point you can keep in mind. Now shall we try one question based on this? And one more thing, isotonic, hypertonic, those points also you have to remember. What are the isotonic solution, hypertonic solutions, hypotonic solutions? You can see few previous questions, or you can see that interrelations. That depends upon you. At least you can solve one numerical. In physical chemistry, at least one question you have to solve. After that, we can see interrelations we need. All these are interdependent, means they will give osmotic pressure, then they can ask depression freezing point. How to calculate those type of questions. Otherwise, they will give elevation in boiling point, then they can ask osmotic pressure or relative lowering vapor pressure. Any question they can ask this type of things. We'll try one question which is osmotic pressure Yes. The given question is, if possible, you can note down. A solution is prepared by dissolving 0.6 grams of urea and 1.8 grams of glucose. In 100 ml of water at 27 degrees centigrade. The osmotic pressure of the solution is, means pi value you have to calculate. So pi, we know that formula, I equal to CRT. So R value that is fixed, only one, that is R equal to 0.0821. T should be in terms of Kelvin or degree centigrade. In whole our chemistry, I think so physics also, you have to take temperature means only in the Kelvin. You should not take any other. Only Kelvin, scientific terminology. So 27 plus 273, approximately 300 Kelvin. Can you try this question? We need C value and I value. I think so now only I given previous slide. For urea, glucose, sucrose, how much I value? 1. Note on that point. Clear? For glucose, sucrose, urea should be, urea and all these things are one factor should be 1. So I equal to 1. Then find resulting concentration of these two solutions. Actually you can write this is supposed to be I1, if different I1 value, different concentration, I1 C1 RT plus I2 C2 RT. We can take common here. RT we can take common. I1 C1 plus I2C2 into RT. This is the actual formula. Anyway, I1, I2 is same. Here luckily same, but different means we have to use this the formula. Can you try answer, anyone? If you done that question, you may can send through SMS also. You can find molarity. First case how much? Molarity means C1. C1 equal to NB by milliliters or VML in 2000. C means molarity only, nothing here. 0.6 by 60 into 1000 by 100. I think molecular weight of urea 60. You will get I think so 0.1. Is it correct? Like same thing for glucose also you can find. C2 1.8. How much this is point? Wait. 1000 I can calculate here. Okay, 0.1. What about here? In 2000 by 180 by 100. I think so. This is also 0.1. Now substitute here. I is 1. 1 into 0.1 plus 1 into 0.1 into RT. I hope you can write 0.2 into 0.0821 into 300 Kelvin. How much will you get approximately? Can you give answer? .9 ATM. This is 2019 question. Shall we try one more question, which is depends upon even Raoult's law also. One more question you can try. But at a time we need to discuss some relations. Fine. Shall we see interrelations also? What is the interrelations between means RLVP and delta TF, delta TB and osmotic pressure? And all these, what is the four relations? How to calculate? Any idea? We can do simply this is. I hope you know that one. Interrelations. Try to note down. Already have JEE advanced also these questions. Interrelations and interdependent, all these things. First I'm giving delta relation between relative lowering vapor pressure and elevation in boiling point. If you know this one, delta TF also you can write. P naught minus PS by P naught equal to, I can write for dilute solutions NB by NA. NB means WB by MB. B means solute into MA by WA. If any doubt, you can keep this is XB. I think you know that one. XB equal to NB by NA plus NB. I am taking NA is very high. Sorry, compared to NB. So you can write NB by NA. NB means this is solute. This is solvent. Fine. Then I think so number of moles formula, weight by molecular weight. I'm substituting here. Now here WB by MB into 1 by WA equal to P naught minus PS by P naught into 1 by MA. Can you write in place of this? If delta TB equal to, what you can write? KB into molality formula, you know that one, WB by MB into 1000 by WA. So I can write in front of this, in place of this. No. Which one this is? Everything, no, that's sorry. W by MB into 1 by WA means this is. I can write this is complete one, above one. So delta TB, nothing but TS minus T naught equal to KB into I can write this is P naught minus PS by P naught into 1000 by MA. So this is the relation delta TB equal to KB into P naught minus PA. You can substitute everything in place of this complete value will get. So same delta TF equal also you can write delta TF equal to KF into P naught minus PS by P naught into 1000 by MA. So you make and write. This may be advanced they're using. If they are giving mains also you can't do. For advanced we can use these things. Any doubts up to this? Karthik can move. You can ask them any doubts. Otherwise, I can continue 5 more minutes. Hello. Karthik. If any doubt means you can unmute only the student. They will ask directly. If they don't have doubt means I can give one more formula, that's why. Any doubts they have? Okay. You can see one more relation. Delta TB and delta TF relation. T naught, keep in mind. I am taking here delta TB by delta TF. Hello? Karthik?
Sir?
I think so. They don't have any doubts.
Students, no doubt.
Okay. Delta TB means TS minus T naught by T naught minus TS equal to KB by KF. This is you have to keep in mind. This is freezing point. This is boiling point. This is the relation. Even this is important. Simple question they can ask. Delta TB means boiling point. TF means freezing point. Freezing point of solvent is more than solution. And one more last relation, which is osmotic pressure versus remaining relations. I hope osmotic pressure formula, you know that one? Pi equal to CRT. I can write C equal to WB by, C means molarity, WB by MB, okay, into volume is 1 liter I can take, RT by V is 1 liter. So you may can write here V, this is V liters you can take. I can write from here WB by MB equal to pi into V by RT. So wherever you have W by MB means moles of solute, this is indirectly moles of solute. So wherever moles of solute is there, we can substitute pi V by RT. Can you try here? P naught minus PS by P naught equal to NB by, this is nothing but NB. This is NB only. NB by NA. So I can write here P naught minus PS by P naught equal to, in place of NB, I can write this is nothing but NB only. Moles of solute nothing but NB. So in place of NB, pi V by RT, you can write, I think so. Okay. You can write here pi V by RT into 1 by NA. NA means, I hope you know, weight by molecular weight. Again you can write. Then delta TF equal TB equal to KV into, again here, NB by WA into 1000. So in place of NB, what you can write? Pi V by RT. You can try, that is delta TB equal to KV into 1000 by WA, nothing but pi V by RT. So in this case, osmotic pressure is there, delta TB is there. If they given delta TB, we can find out osmotic pressure. Are they given osmotic pressure, we can find out delta TB. So you can try delta TF also. Same, KF into 1000 by WA into pi V by RT. All these are interrelations we make and utilize for advance also. This thing. I hope we understood theory. We are expecting. If you are not getting any point, you can text me. I will explain again. Okay. Try to solve 2019 as well as 20 papers by using our data. If you are not getting any doubt, any question, let me know that one and forward me. Clear? And text me whatever. If you need means fast or slow, let me know that one. According to that, we can move that one. I don't want to waste your time, because this one side conversions all we are going, this is because I don't know you are fast or slow. So send to that Karthik sir all that your ideas, we can improve next time. Okay.